Hey guys, so I'm back. Hopefully you can hear me. My fan's running and I got a lot figured out, luckily. I sold some stuff, so I'm grateful for that. And I just got done watching Doctor Resurrection. I think it was the ninth episode, and I am just devastated. Like, why? Just why? Can only handle so much in a little time frame. And everything else going on, and then that, like, so upset. I've never been so invested in a TV show in my life. And that was just devastating. What kind of shows do you guys like to watch? I'm curious. Uh, but yeah, I'm just like, why? Why did they have to write it like that? And it kind of makes me want to really now read the books and see how they kind of do it with the books. Because I'm just like, wow, right? So I figured I'd come on here and pull some cards. I feel like I need to because after that is just wow. So I'm going to use the Reiki Divine Healing deck and see what happens. But I call in my guides and your guides and all beings of light to assist me with this reading, and that everyone watching this, whenever they watch this, gets a clear and accurate message for them. So let's see what we most need to heal as a collective right now. I don't know about you guys, but this has been a very hard month for me and my family. So there's that. And then they just had to do that with my TV show, you know. I'm just, wow. So let's see what we need to heal as a collective right now. I'm feeling so much better. The room feels so much lighter. And it just feels overall great right now. So we have 4 cards, and we have just for today, I will make my living honestly. Hi Sarah, how are you? And so I feel like this card is really wanting us to be honest with ourselves, and with it being in reverse, I feel like this all these cards for whatever reason were in reverse, and so I'm going to read them intuitively. But right now, I feel like that is being honest with how we are living in any aspect, not just your career, but in every aspect. We need to heal that part of ourselves where we hold on to maybe past pain that has made us feel like we've been lied to, or maybe we've even lied to ourselves in some aspect, and we need to let go of that. We also have Mother Mary, and this was in reverse as well, and I feel like this is also about understanding that we need to consult people that we trust, but we also inevitably, or at least in the end, we need to make that choice ourselves. No matter how much information we get, we have to make that choice. So I feel like Mother Mary is also about kind of surrendering to what choices we make and the consequences of the good and bad, and just kind of be more gentle with ourselves and not always sit there and blame others, blame ourselves. Just be aware of its life, you know, and make the best of it, sort of thing. Hi, Kayla. Hi, HA Fashion. I'm doing okay. How are you? We also have Karmic Body Reiki. And with this being in reverse too, I feel like this is just not physically, it's spiritually, it's emotionally, it's mentally, it's all aspects. And it's about understanding, glad you're fine, gladly accepting life as it is, whether you want to look at as karma, as just inevitable consequences, good or bad, whether it's just the way things happened. It's more about not letting too much information keep you from having peace. And for whatever reason, I don't know why they wanted me to say that or why they said that through me, but that's what I'm feeling right now. And then we also have Reiki for clearing unwanted energy cords. So, and again, this was in reverse. So I feel like this has to do with people we have connections with. This could be physical, psychically, maybe even past life connections that we might not actually get to see them in this incarnation, if you believe in past lives anyway. But it's also about clearing energy cords within ourselves. What are we carrying around? What are we burdening? What kind of burdens are we allowing ourselves to take on? And what burdens are we maybe using as excuses for other people? A lot of this is about healing a big chunk of our issues that we're having right now. And as a collective, it could be dealing with guilt, shame, fear, letting go of those energies that is causing a lot of unclarity, but also creating more complications than there needs to be, and not realizing that maybe there's a reason why you're not wanting to heal a certain aspect, because you aren't ready to fully accept things for maybe what they are. Maybe you're still in a limbo, so to speak, of is this negative, is this positive, instead of just it being neutral. It might seem for some people negative and positive. It might be a reset, so to speak, but I feel like as all these cards coming together, it's about healing a big aspect of ourselves that we have been giving too much power to, and allowing it to create unnecessary time. I'm seeing like chunks of time, like blocking out time on a planner. So we're creating too much time for mental confusion, or maybe thinking too much, or even maybe doing too much, and maybe even expecting too much out of what we want or what we're working for, and not accepting that being alive can be peaceful, because there's so much chaos. So I feel like as a collective we need to focus on that again. I'm going to pull a couple tarot cards real quick and see what comes through. And I'm going to use my Crow Tarot and see what comes through for you guys. And again, we're just looking into the energies as a collective right now. Okay, so that makes sense. We got this card that flipped out. And this is about the 10 of Wands. So I feel like there is a lot of things we're trying to take with us that is not needed. It might be us feeling part of our identity is with these past wounds, or these past experiences, or these past connections, when you don't actually have to reiterate or constantly remind yourself of these experiences or connections to take on the present or the future in a way that I hear like people are worried about not omitting information to those in the present and the future that you have connections with, but what is going to, it's more about what I'm hearing is what is going to create a new healthy connection. If you're wanting something healthy and new, you have to leave a lot of that information where it was. And so it stopped carrying around these files of hurt and pain, or these experiences and connections, or a part of yourself that might no longer exist. And that's not saying that you're being manipulative. It's not saying that you're being um, I don't want to say almost like, it's not like you're being unmindful. It's just that it's not necessary to bring it. Let me see what else comes through. Because I'm channeling and I don't know if I 100% know what they're trying to convey, but I guess, like, again, I do. So I just kind of wanted to get clarification if I'm explaining this right through my channel. So the Queen of Swords in reverse. So yeah, I feel a lot of us are trying to become almost like a file folder or a open book, to the point of where we have to over explain ourselves, or overshare to feel like we're being honest, or we're being who we are. And I'm seeing and hearing recovery and renovation. So I feel like, again, it's about decisions now, not decisions in the future, not decisions based on your past. It's about now. And it's about having that confidence and that sovereignty of knowing that, again, I keep hearing you don't have to explain. I feel like and I'm hearing, I think this was a personal message, but it was more of like an experience that I've had recently. It's like sometimes the more you give, the more they can use against you. So it's about being very mindful of your giving and taking energy, and understanding that boundaries are extremely important for your peace and for your expectations, not only for yourself but those around you. And understanding that that's part of respect, is understanding that it's okay to say no, it's okay to not have the answers, it's okay to just be without trying to place so many labels on yourself or on your life so far. We have King of Swords in reverse, so it's interesting we have the Queen and the King. So to me, that's saying that we need to balance an aspect in ourselves where we feel like we are balanced, where we feel that we are whole as a person, and that when we invite someone into our lives, it is based on mutual not just benefit, but also mutual coexisting. And it's not about what I can get, what they can get. It's about creating. It's about, I'm seeing like a pyramid. I'm seeing like a point, two people coming together and making something really great. You know, kind of creating something at a higher level or creating a goal together and accomplishing that, but it's also about understanding that you can have different ways of doing it, but you're still going to end up in the same place, if that makes sense, and not judging yourself, not judging the other person. Don't overanalyze is what I'm hearing. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So yeah, I feel like there's a message coming to us about how to move forward. And it's going to be a very subtle way. It's not going to be like some grand gesture, or it's not going to be an aha moment to where you get a vision or a dream. It's just going to be a little feeling, or just maybe a little action you take, and you automatically start seeing manifestation from that. A positive manifestation, of course, or maybe just a neutral. We also have the Page of Cups. So again, this is saying that there is new opportunities coming. Once again, you don't want to limit yourself and say that it has to have what I'm seeing is a stone, and then I'm hearing something along the lines of it doesn't have to have a long period of duration for it to matter, or for it to create change in your life for the better, and to really see that you could be your own bringer of good news in your emotional state, to where maybe you need to do some more emotional check-ins and realize, where is this coming from? Because I feel like some of us watching are really, really empathic, and we get our feelings confused with others, and this is where that miscommunication comes in, or that over sharing, or even feeling like we got to take on other people's burdens for them, or release burdens from them, and that is not our responsibility. We can be resources and guide them in the right direction, but ultimately they got to make that choice. So it's really about being aware of that. And then we also have excuse me, the Five of Pentacles. Ooh. And so I feel like that is also letting you know that being aware of, again, who you're helping, and realizing that sometimes helping yourself is a great way to help someone else, because you're going to give them inspiration, motivation to help themselves, to look for the resources, or to even ask you for resources that they can implement in their life to create change, because you're not wanting to constantly keep giving everything you have to feel like a hero or feel like a good person. That is not for you to decide, is what I'm hearing, but I'm not sure exactly what they mean by that. But then we also have the let's see, it would be the Seven of Swords in reverse. So again, we want things to be less complicated. We don't want to feel like in any shape or form that what's going on is being manipulated for self-gain, or even for other selfish gain. It's more about letting trusting spirit to work it out, and to give us inspiration and motivation to make better decisions, and to really make time to heal, and to constantly come into the moment with a fresh perspective. Again, I just feel like the big message here is to really focus on your peace and be a model of being that guide or even that role model for being at peace with the way life is, not feeling like you have to keep up with the Joneses, not to feel like you have to have all the answers, not to feel like you have to have all the success to feel accomplished. Just be, you know, just be like water. Just let it go, let it flow, and that's what I'm seeing clairvoyantly. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that gave someone something to think about and go off of for what Spirit wants us to focus on right now. So I'm going to type in, if I can, I don't know if it's going to let me. That's not where I go. So this is, like I said, I'm on my phone, so I am trying to figure out all these way of doing it, but I might have to stop and do another video. But what I was going to do is I would do readings for donations here on live, but I don't see any people on right now currently, and like I said, I don't know how to do it on my phone. Like my laptop, I know I can type in things, where this currently I don't know how to do it. So that might be something I need. I'm getting cold chills and goosebumps, but I might actually have to get off, upload this, and then get on my laptop so I can do donation readings on live if you guys are interested. So yeah, but I just wanted to update you guys that I did sell some quite a few of my tarot and mainly oracle decks. I have quite a few tarot decks left, and right now I have a shelf of just items I'm trying to sell, and that's where I'm at currently. But yeah, I think I'm going to try that. I think I'm going to let this phone charge, and I'm going to get on my laptop and go from there and see if I can do some readings for you guys for donations. I don't know, I don't want to do free readings just because it does take a lot of energy, and I'm trying to get a little bit of revenue coming in for personal reasons, and just because I feel like my readings are accurate and my services are helpful. I've heard that in the past, I want to say, I think it's almost been 10 years since I've been doing readings. So I've been doing readings and healings, and I've heard that it's very helpful, so I want to continue that where I can and when I can. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this live, and come see me on the next one.